Messi equalizes Pele's historic record of goals for a single club, yet Barcelona manages to draw points against Valencia. Ronald Koeman also released 3 different formations in this game. All of that and more, let's get to it. Hello guys, welcome back to El Merengue Culé, a tough pill to swallow, a tough game to drop points. But this is exactly how Ronald Koeman lined up with Araujo and Mingueza as the 2 center back pairings in a 4-1-4-1 formation. The first time we see this formation with Ronald Koeman. In addition, no De Jong in the midfield, Busquets being the lonely single pivot center defensive mid. Now, the first thing I noticed when I saw this formation was the fact that we really have 4 attacking mids just being thrown there at once, that being Coutinho, Pedri, Griezmann, and Messi. So I was curious to see which one takes the leadership, which one kind of go ahead and kind of leads the attack. To which, in my surprise, it was not Messi. It was actually a Pedri that, you know, despite Griezmann being out wide and despite being right next to Coutinho, it was Pedri actually running the show. From the beginning, in the first 10 minutes, you see a very good combination between Pedri and Coutinho. It was working very well. It was Barcelona was pressing very high, and now Valencia that was allowing us to press very high. Overall, a lot of energy in the first 10 minutes from everybody except Busquets. Busquets was a bit anxious to win the ball back. He was jumping in, a bit lazy in defense, which eventually led to Griezmann picking up a yellow card in the first few minutes. This high pressure and high energy eventually led to us getting back into this like lock-rid sensation, which we kind of talk a lot about in this channel, where Barcelona gets stuck on top of the opponent's box without lacking creativity, without being able to create enough space to pull off a shot, to pull off a pass, to make the difference, to put themselves in the scoreboard. This continued from roughly the 10th minute to the 20th minute, at which I felt like we became a bit complacent. We felt like, okay, we're dominating the game. We have roughly 70% possession. The goal will come. Everybody let their guard down. And yeah, from like the 22nd minute to roughly the 30th minute, it was Valencia that actually turned it up and was just pressing us and overwhelming us. We were looking not sharp at all, missing passes, turning the ball over, and eventually Soler pulls an amazing shot to which Ter Stegen has to fully extend to reach. Again, Ter Stegen being our savior, game in, game out, a very fragile defense from Barcelona. But at which point I wrote, you know, we're asking to concede. From the corner that came from the Ter Stegen save, the marking was horrendous. I think Griezmann just let go of his mark. A 6'4" player free in the box, of course, is going to make it. And we find ourselves 1-0 down, to which is my first key point, my first takeaway of this game. How bad we are in set pieces. We saw it against Real Sociedad. It was a set piece that led to us coming down to 1-0, and now it happens again against Valencia. A set piece that ends up putting us down 1-0. After the goal, the game remained pretty neutral. Both teams taking a little bit of jabs at each other. Nothing major. In the 44th minute, another key header from Valencia. Luckily, it did not go into the net. But we continued, and roughly in the 48th minute, right before the end of the half, Griezmann actually gets brought down in the box, to which I have to say, I watched the replays a few times, and I don't see the foul. Personally, if I were the ref, I don't think I would have called it for Barcelona. It was a very, very soft push in the back of Griezmann's, in his back. Maybe Griezmann's foot caught a little bit in I think it was Gaia. Instantly, the ref pulls out the red card, to which eventually it was taken back as, you know, it was not that big of a foul. The PK is given. Messi takes the PK to his bottom left corner, to which it gets stopped. And, you know, in my head, I was like, hey, ball doesn't lie. I genuinely don't think that was a PK. It didn't go in the back of the net. Jordi Alba picks up the ball, puts a beautiful cross in, and then Messi, an onside Messi, actually manages to get the goal back. So Messi actually picks up his 643rd goal with a Barcelona jersey, which equals Pele's record of most goals for a single club. Another insane achievement for Messi, but the result definitely takes away some of that joy of breaking such a glorious record. Anyways, To start the second half, Ronald Koeman actually takes off Busquets and brings on De Jong, to which we saw the second formation, the first change, turning it back to a double pivot 4-2-3-1, in which it's now Pedri and De Jong together. Above them, Griezmann. Above him, Braithwaite, Messi, and Coutinho on each side. Now, initially, I was like, okay, let's see how this formation actually affects us. And while a double pivot formation is supposed to give you a little bit more control of the game, supposed to relax the tempo, it actually kind of did the opposite. And I mainly want to accredit that to the fact that, you know, we were left with Messi and Coutinho on the wings, to which they don't have enough pace to really provide stability or mark a difference in the attacking third, which actually ended up complicating our lives a little bit for the beginning of the half, up until we get a corner and Ronald Araujo pulls off this amazing golazo. Vamos Araujo! I was stoked when I saw that. Oof, what a goal from Araujo. At first, like, honestly, initially I thought it was Coutinho. That's how, like, acrobatic and how much agility Araujo showed. Insane goal from the young Uruguayan. From there, we continue on with the momentum. Braithwaite gets a header, to which I thought it fully crossed the line. And in the replays, we saw that the ball actually gets stuck in the goal and doesn't fully, cross the line. Barcelona at this point is gaining a lot of confidence, and then we start dropping off. Roughly from the 55th minute to the 60th minute, it was a Barcelona team that, again, looked lazy. And when you really start to see that the double pivot is actually hindering us rather than giving us more stability. Eventually, Valencia does manage to equalize this game 2-2 in the 70th minute. It was a great creation from Gaia. We mentioned it in the pregame. Valencia that wants us to have the ball, and then they catch us on their counterattack. And that's exactly what they did. Tricky play from Gaia, coming back from the injury, gives a great pass, and of course, it ends up in the back of the net, to which Ronald Koeman responds by bringing on Lenglet and changing it into a 5-in-the-back formation. Now, initially, like, a 5-in-the-back formation, you need to push for the goal. But tactically, I will have to give it to Koeman. It was a smart change. Having 3 center backs in the back line allows the outside backs to push a little bit higher, a little bit harder, meaning that the Valencia team is naturally going to have to spread out to be able to mark them up, to be able to put a body on them, which as a direct result opens up a lot of space in the midfield, especially for Messi, to which initially we did see take a lot of advantage of. And actually gets brought down, and it was a free kick, and I was like, you know what, I was feeling it. This is the free kick that Messi converts his luck in this season, puts it away finally since I think it was July or I don't even know, the last time he scored last season. But of course he skies it. It's frustrating game for Barcelona. So guys, to conclude, the set pieces are killing us defensively time and time again. It puts us down in the result. It is nice to see that Barcelona is able to now flip that, coming down from a 1-0. We were at one point 2-1 up. Same thing against Real Sociedad. We have been able to bounce back, which is lovely to see. In addition, it was very interesting to see that Pele was the one actually taking control of the attack, bringing the ball forward, and Messi just kind of allowing that to happen, which sometimes I think he gets in the way of. And finally, 3 different formations, all bringing different aspects, all having their pros and cons. Maybe Koeman isn't fully satisfied, hasn't found a whole system. With that being said, guys, a hard pill to swallow, a tough result. Nobody actually predicted a 2-2 draw, so no shoutouts today. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please hit a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always, guys, despite the tie, despite the result not going our way, Visca Barça!